All right, good morning, gym family. So we got a request in to talk about some core stabilization exercises. And so, of course, when I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think, okay, what's the goal of the core muscles? And the goal of the core muscle is to limit excessive and unwanted movement at the spine. So anytime we bench press, we squat, we deadlift, we are trying to limit the movement at the spine. So if we're trying to deadlift, we don't want flexion and then extension. We're trying to stabilize and then move from the hips. So that's the goal of your core, which is your transverse abdominis, your rectus abdominis, your obliques, your rectus spinae, and of course your glutes come into play as well. So when I think about stabilization, Stewart McGill is a big guy. He has his exercises called the Big Three. They are excellent exercises, simple in nature, but they do a lot as far as teaching you to brace and stabilize. So let's start with those. The first one is a curl up. So normally when we go down, we get down and we do our sit-ups and we curl here and lots of motion at the spine. We don't want that. We want to teach our muscles to stabilize. So the way you do that with the curl up is you drop one leg, keep one leg bent, and your hands go underneath your back. And now I can use my hands as a reference. So now I'm going to brace and press my lower back into my hands. I'm going to tuck my chin, and then I'm going to lift with no flexion in my spine. I'm just going to create lots of tension, bracing, bracing, bracing for about 10 seconds. And I'm going to come right back down. So I'm going to do about 6 10-second holds on each side, with each leg up, and really work on that good brace and stabilization. So that's the first one. That's a curl up. Then we're going to go and work our obliques. So we work the front side, we want to work the sides, and we want to work the back. So to work the side, you're going to be in a side plank. So make sure that elbow is right underneath that shoulder. You're going to stack your legs. So this is the first progression. So you can bend those knees, and you're going to lift and bridge. So I also want you to think about squeezing those glutes. You don't want to leave your hips behind you. Squeeze those glutes, push on up. You're using those muscles to help stabilize. It also pulls in the quadratus muscle, which is in the lower back. So again, if you have weakness there, this is a great one to help stabilize your spine laterally. And you just hold, again, 10 seconds, relax, get about 6 reps in each side. Now, if it's too easy with your knees stacked, you can go ahead and straighten the legs, and you can either stack the feet and flex them and keep it here. You can change the difficulty by either moving your hands. This is easier, this is a little bit tougher, this is more challenging. You could also, if it is not comfortable to stack, you can put your top leg in front, and again, you're really working on keeping this pushed up, keeping this nice and tight, and again, squeezing those glutes. So 10-second hold, drop on down, 6 times each side. Now, we'll work the back side. So all those erector spinae, and this is called a bird dog. So the goal with this is to create that neutral spine. So we're not here, and we're not here. We're trying to find that just natural lumbar curve. We're pushing through, elbow pits are gonna be forward. I'm going to brace with my abs, and I'm going to bring my leg back, my opposite leg and my opposite arm. So I'm going to create tension with my fist, and I'm going to squeeze that glute, and I'm going to only lift my leg high enough that there's no change in my spine. So a lot of people do this, and now I'm in this arch. You're just a couple inches to get that good glute squeeze, and then as I come back in, I'm going to tap my fist to my knee without changing my spine. So I'm here, good squeeze, about 10 seconds, come in, and then right back out. And I'm just trying to stay nice and stable in this position. If that is difficult, you can also just work on the leg part, where I'm staying here, and I'm going to kick out, and you can alternate, and again, working on not changing that spine. And if that's still too difficult, you can just work on the arm motion and trying to stabilize. So when you're in that position, remember you're pulling that belly button up to your spine, trying to create that tension. If somebody's going to punch you, or if you're getting ready for a squat, It's that same motion, that bracing motion, and then you're adding movement. So that is the goal of core stabilization exercises, to stabilize the spine without movement. Now, that's the McGill Big Three, but there's one more that I like to add, and every strength and conditioning coach I ever talked to wishes all their athletes would do this, and that's one we do a lot of, which is the supine bridge. I like to add a band to it, so this is typically what you find. I love this one because it's soft and cushy and doesn't pull leg hairs. So you're gonna put this up just above your knees, laying back. And again, you're working on that neutral spine. So I don't want to bridge here because now all of this is loose and not braced. So I want to make sure I pelvic tilt. I'm pressing that lower back into the ground. That automatically engages my abs and gets my glutes ready to fire as I bridge up, and then I drive my knees out against that band to create tension in that glute medius. So I'm pulling that belly button down, getting that good hold at the top, tap, come right back up. So really need to activate and get access to those glutes, and it helps open up those hip flexors. And the most important thing is that you're staying nice and stable and tight in that spot from there. So those are 4 exercises you can do to help stabilize your spine. You can do them before every workout to help get your mind connected to that part of your body. Or if it's a rest day, again, throw them in there. Takes, maybe 10 minutes to get, 1 or 2 sets of 10-second holds, 6 reps each side if needed. So let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to see you guys.